So, welcome everybody to my very first tutorial video, so to speak. This is for the Division 2. I am Doc Knight, and I'm actually this for the newer members of my clan on the PlayStation Network. What I wanted to do is just kind of go through some of the basics and show how to actually start putting together a beginning build. So this would be mostly used for those players that just completed the New York expansion and are ready to start putting together an actual build. So for the very beginning builds, I would recommend doing some kind of a skill damage hybrid, or just what we like to call the well-rounded build. So first things first, where are the builds? So you can get to your build by, hitting your menu button and then going into your inventory to show what your current build is. Another quick way to do that is just press and hold the menu button and it opens straight up to that one. Now to access the builds, you pull the left trigger and that will open up all of the builds that you have saved. Now I've got quite a few already. If you don't have any and you pull the left trigger, it's just going to be this one here. It says create new. And then and what that means is if all you have is this and you want to save that as a build so that you don't have to dig through your inventory and individually select each piece between builds for certain missions, what you'll do is you'll pull that left trigger. You'll pull, why is it doing that? Press triangle, currently equipped items in a new loadout. Oh, that's why, because I had it all the way down here. And once you do that, you'll just press the triangle button, or if you're on the Xbox, it'll be the Y button, and it'll save everything you've got into that particular build. Now, once you get to that particular build, Bing, it's going to give it a generic name. You know what? We'll just go with what I've already got here. Select that there, and it just saves it automatically with a generic name. Down here, it calls it Sharpshooter. Well, now you get to customize it. If you press square, and on Xbox, it'll be the X button. You go into some of your options therein, and you can change the icon, and we'll just go with the brass knuckles just because, and we'll go back into the options again. You can rename the loadout. You can call it pretty much whatever you want. Just be aware that they regulate the names that you use. Like, you can't use profanity or anything profane. It'll flag it and it tells you have to use something else. So we'll just call this one, GGG. And then you go to done, bing, and now that loadout is saved. Easy peasy, right? Now I'll go ahead and delete this build because I've already got this build saved as, I think this is my clutch build. Now let's look at how we can go ahead and put together a brand new build to use for a beginner. Now for the beginners, I always recommend starting out with a skill hybrid because, I've noticed that myself coming up in the game, you rely pretty heavily, most beginner players anyways, myself included, relied really heavily on the drone and the turret. So what we'll do is we'll open up this menu here, and we're going to start out with the technician, and there's a reason for that. I'll show you here. On this skill tree in each of these weapon specializations, to unlock them, they're going to give you certain perks that the other specializations don't give you. For example, this one, you get that passive skill, which is an additional skill tier. And why is this useful? This is useful because, bam, if I open this up in here, you'll see that I have no gear that gives me a skill tier, right? And my weapon specialization on this one is gunner. So if I were to change it over to the technician specialization, like we're about to. Go to here, we activate it. I'm going to skip the animation. Bam. Now we have the technician, and we also have one skill tier because it's a passive talent. Alright, so that gives us a little bit more oomph when we start selecting our skills. Like I'm going to go with the turret and the drone just because to start off with. And now we got to start looking at the build itself. What are we going to do to make ourselves well-rounded while we get the hang of the end game level of this campaign? So let's look at what we've got already in our stash. Okay, so Empress International, the brand set, if you look over there on the right hand side, says that we get for one piece an additional 10% skill health. For two pieces, we'll have an additional 10% skill damage, and for the third piece, we gain that additional 10% skill efficiency. Skill efficiency is a big deal. That means that your drone or your turret, in this case, are going to be a lot better at their job. They'll be better at auto-targeting targets and taking them out. They'll be better at, they'll have more health. They'll be harder for NPCs to take down. Just all around good way to go. But let's look at what else we have here. Yeah, we're not interested in explosives or status effects. For the time being, you know what? We'll select it for the time being, just for giggles. And see, on this one, on the attributes, we've already got skill haste, skill damage, and a skill haste mod on it. Now, remember, we already had a passive skill tier. So we're technically at skill tier 2 right now. And the way that you can tell that is if you look just to the left of my turret, it shows that skill tier and then it's got the heavy dashes. Solid white line tells you which skill tier that you're at. So now we're automatically skill tier 2, and that is a very good thing. And we're going to come up here into backpacks and see the force multiplier. It's a Hana U. It's going to give us 10% skill haste for one piece and an additional 10% skill damage if we have two pieces. But what I'm really interested here is that talent, perfect combined arms. So shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30% for 3 seconds. That means if you shoot an enemy with your weapon, you're going to get an additional 30% skill damage. So if we look down here, this one is probably going to be better, because that one's just got headshot damage. This one's, okay, we can change that status effects. I'm going to go into that here in just a little bit as well. So we'll equip that for the time being and see what else we could do. So now we're at skill tier 3. I'll probably do one more skill tier, but let's see here. That gives us skill haste. This one, skill health. Let's see what all we've got. Wyvern wear gives us 10% skill damage. Ooh, but that would give us the skill damage and the additional skill tier. And it comes with Spark. Damaging enemies with a skill increases total weapon damage by 15%. So that might actually be better. And let's see what else we got in here. Okay. Look at holsters. Richter and Kaiser. Oh, that's for the shield, so we don't really need the shield health. So that would be a wasted attribute since we're not using a shield. Let's come down here. Okay, these no. Well, what if skill damage with tag team. Last enemy you have damaged with a skill is marked, dealing weapon damage to that enemy consumes the mark and reduces active skill cooldowns by 6%. That one would be really good if we were using like a sticky bomb or a seeker mine, something that had a long skill cooldown. The drones and the turrets have a fairly short cooldown already, so probably not a big priority there. Let's see, where are we at anyways? Okay, we're at 3 skill tiers. Let's do 2 red and 2 blue, just to see what we can get out of it. So let's see here on the knee pads, we have the Fox's Prayer, which is probably best in slot as far as weapon damage goes because of that 8% damage to targets out of cover. That's multiplicative, and we like multiplicative damage. So we'll keep those on. And let's see what we got as far as chess pieces that will either give us survivability or give us more damage. Hunter Killer, that one used to be my favorite chess piece in the game, but with this last title update, it has become pretty much obsolete. Well, Intimidate has anyway. So, let's look at, see, your Sacrifice gives us a lot of additional damage. And let's see, I'm thinking either that or, oh shit, we don't have a closer yet.
Agent in need of backup.
This will give us an additional 5% armor, but we're not using a shield, so that's useless. Repairing an ally. No, this is going to be more for a solo build. Let's see what we got in the stash. Let's see here. Another Empress. More Empress. Okay, that one's got Unbreakable. Okay. Perfectly Efficient. That one can save us on armor kits. And it gives us some armor regen. Let's move that over. We might want to use that. Overwatch. Staying in cover for 10... No, we're not going to stay in cover that long. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's Hasbro. Okay. So... let's go ahead and throw on that chest piece that we just moved. Yes, let's put this bad boy on. And we need one more blue core, but we just don't know where we want to put it yet. Look at the holsters that we have. Okay, so if we use 2 pieces of Bellstone, we'll get 10% armor on kill. That would add to our survivability. So let's go ahead and throw that bad boy on. And for our additional red core, let's go with Contractor's Gloves. I think I have a set in my stash. Contractor's Gloves. Here we go. We got a couple of different variants. Let's see here. We got one with crit damage, Hasbro, headshot damage, status effects, and more headshot damage. You know what? I wonder if we do this. Alright, so when I was talking about changing stuff on your, as far as stats go, I selected this one because I want to change some stuff to lean it more into our skills. So we come over here to the recalibration station and down here to recalibration station. Bam. Open that bad boy up. And what I want to change is on those gloves. I want to change that headshot damage. So we'll come down here to the headshot damage. We'll select it. And I want to put that more into skill damage. So I can come down here. Let's see what else we had available. Yeah, skill damage. And we're just going to recalibrate that to be plus 10% skill damage. Bam. Change that. And there you have it. Now we have max damage to armor and 10% additional damage with our skills. What else can we recalibrate, if anything? Okay, that's already been recalibrated. And that's been recalibrated. We just did that one. The holster, that's on. I want to keep that armor regen to add to our survivability. We're going to keep that armor regen as well. What about on our backpack? Okay, on our backpack, first let's look at our stats before we make any changes there. So we're going to tab over here to stats, and we're going to come down to where it says critical hit chance, and then we're going to look at our crit damage. Critical hit chance with this particular weapon is at 37%. Okay. And we've only got 55%, almost 56% critical hit damage. So let's stack more into crit chance. So we exit out of that, come back into here, go back to our recalibration station. Let's go back to the backpack, open it up. And since we don't need status effects, we're not doing a status effects build. We're going to stack into critical hit chance. So with this one, with this particular build, I'm not going for more of skill damage or critical damage or armor regen. I want this one to be a fairly well-rounded build, if that makes any sense. Okay, we got that one straight. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. All right. Now that we're here, let's take a look at our build, get an overall look. So we're at skill tier 3, and we've got 2 armor cores, and we have 2 weapon cores. So this looks pretty good so far. And we've got 1.1 million armor, so we don't have a whole lot of armor, but I think that's a pretty good happy area, especially considering the way that we're balancing. Now we got to look at the mods that we want to put on these things. So let's come down here and look at where we're sitting as far as our skill tiers go. So with the turret, we're at an additional 60% damage and 210% health. Let's see here. What is our cooldown? Where is it? It's probably at the top. Yep, cooldown, 15.4 seconds. And it's going to last for 216.
I had a complete set of socket wrenches.
What about the drone? The drone cooldown 16 seconds. So what I want to do is add more. Let's add more crit. So we open up our gear mod slot, and if you hold triangle on PlayStation, Y on Xbox, you can select which mods you want to bring up. We're going to bring up the critical hit chance mods. Whoops. I accidentally exited out of that. Let's do that again. Here, there, come down to crit chance, And now we're going to select our mod. So we'll select that one. Bam. Come over here to the chess piece, select it. Hold Y or triangle. Come down to crit chance, see if we have anything that's not been set. Okay, so we're using all the other mods right now. So let's go with a crit damage mod instead. Just to give ourselves a little bit more punch. And yeah, let's just go with this 10.3 just for giggles. Alright, now let's look at our stats and see where we stand. Okay. We increased our critical hit chance to 48.4% and got our crit damage up to 66.2. Our damage to armor is 8%. Health damage is an additional 21%. Let's see. We're probably going to change the weapon, so the crit chance is going to change a little bit, probably. This is our offensive. And Bellstone. Okay, we've got 110,000 armor on kill. We got 20.8 thousand armor regen. 1.1 million armor. I'm not worried about the health. I never look at the health. Anything in this game can one-shot all of your health away. Okay. Our armor. Let's see. Okay. Drone. Or no, this is the turret. And the drone. Okay. This looks fairly decent. Now let's look at the weapons. Phew. I like using the capacitor when I'm working with skills. The reason I like this particular exotic weapon, it's all about the talent, capacitance. So shooting an enemy builds stacks to a cap of 40, which is ironic because we have a 40 round or 41 round magazine. And each stack grants 1.5% skill damage, and after 5 seconds the stacks start decaying 1 stack per second. And then it says we get an additional 7.5% weapon damage for each skill tier that we gain. So we are at skill tier 3, so we're gaining an additional 7.5 times 3 damage with this weapon alone. Let's
Good to see you.
look here also. Let's get our secondary weapon out. I generally like using the mop because you get that additional armor on kill. But I just want to see if we don't have anything that might synergize better with what we've already got going on. And it doesn't look like we do. I do like using the apartment as well, but let's stick with this just for the time being and come down here to the range to try it out. Wait a minute. I'm going to set this to heroic because I like seeing how the build stacks up against the heroic map. We're going to move this to an elite because I want to make sure that it's not going to take me long to kill them. Bring them into 5 meters. Alright, let's see what our DPS is. First to the body. Okay. Reload. Okay, 1.6 million, 1.7 million, I think is how high I saw it get. And finish this guy off. Now let's see what we get for headshots. Okay, so let me come out here so I can reset the capacitor stacks. Alright, now what I want to do is set up the drone, see what kind of damage we're getting here without stacks. 72,000. Okay. On average about 65.6. Alright. I'm going to pick that up. Now let's test the drone. 38,000. Remember, we're doing additional damage to the armor because of the gloves that we're wearing. It gives us that additional damage. So I'm just going to wait until we get down to the health, because I want to see what kind of damage we're doing there. Still 38.3. Okay. I'm going to reset the drone. Finish that off. Alright, now we're going to stack up. So you see that number to the side of our weapon? Those are the stacks. And now we're going to put this up here. And look at that. 85,000. But remember, it decreases every 2 seconds. Right? Now, I'm going to put both of them on that. Stack up. Watch how fast that bad boy melts. God, that's good. Alright. Reset the drone again. And we're going to change this to a named, so we can see how fast we drop a named. We're at 40 stacks. Put that up. And my drone. See how fast it melts. Bam. Nothing named enemy on heroic. That's good stuff. I like it. Pick up drone. Alright. Now,
incoming backup request.
Go outside and let's test this build and see how it stacks up on the open world. And you can see the map is already set to heroic. See what we get. There's usually a named boss waiting for us on the south lawn, so we'll see what we get when we get out here. And look at that. Okay, so let's put our drone here, or our turret there. There we go, and we're going to have them attacking. While they're attacking, we're going to build some stacks. So there's the name. Oh shit, that's a Huggy Bear. Get behind some cover. That's not cover. There we go. Already at 40 stacks. Oh yeah, this feels pretty good. I like this. We've got some survivability, we got some skills. That is a flame grenade. Yeah, this man, I may actually have to save this build. This is a good one. Pretty pleased with it. Oh, we got guys over there too. Looks like a Tundra. Or tank, as the game likes to classify it. Just look at those numbers scroll. I mean, just these skills are just eating their lunch, so to speak. We're going to move over and try to close the distance between these guys. Put our turret here so we can finish melting him down. He's melted. We're going to pick up and move on to the next objective. after we save these hostages here, as long as they survive the assault, we'll go back and pick up that loot. The turret up here. Try to keep our stacks up. Oh shit, that is a lawnmower. I do not like them. They're mean.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Dive on it. You get to dive on it too. Where the hell is that lawnmower? There it is. Moving. Where's that lawnmower controller at? There she is.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Oh, the drone's already cooled off. Ooh, no huggy bears, no huggy bears. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good build. This. Alright, now it's telling me to talk to the hostage. Reset the drone. We're going to pick up our turret. What you got for me, bro? We're going to pick up that. Oh, let's go back and get all of that loot that we left back here. Oh, cool. We got the closer. Hell yeah. Deconstruct that. That's garbage. Junk. And junk. Let's see what we got over here. Junk. And junk. Alright. Moving on. Man, I'm pretty pleased with this build. This is a good one. Okay, those are our guys. Why are we walking? We're not walking. We're running. There we go. Man, how close is this guy? Alright, we're almost there. I'll take out this bounty, and then we'll go back to the White House, and I will save this build because it's pretty good. I actually like it. What we got? Is that a chunga? That is a chunga. Put the drone on. And he did.
Target is near you, Agent.
We're going to keep
Hostile
that.
control point nearby.
And junk that. Reset our drone. Low-hanging fruit. There's sometimes a named enemy over here by this fountain as well. Yeah, they're over there. We'll get them on the way back. Yeah, let's put up our drone. Send them after one of those randos. And then we're going to put our turret there. Go. Kick they ass. Go grab my turret. Pick that bad boy up. Oh, they took out my drone. Those inconsiderate bastards. Shit. Okay. Alright, I got something for you. Oh yeah. Man. Ooh, come on, there we go. Pick it up. What we got here? Ooh. Specialty stuff. And some crafting material. Alright. So, if I'm being completely honest, this is the first hybrid build that I've ever made. I usually lean heavily into weapon or tank or skills or status effects. Put you right there. Where are we getting money from? Set your ass on fire. As my buddy Wolf likes to say. Ooh. Where they at? Where are they at? Move that turret. Shit. somebody shot me from over there. Let's reset our and thought there was an ammo box over here somewhere. Doko ni airu no? Doko ni iru no? Could have sworn there was one over here. But I have been wrong before. Okay, we'll just go with it. Oh, it's down here. We're going to put this right there. That should draw them out. Got their sniffer down. Damn it, come here. Damn it. Damn it. Oh shit. Gotta take out that lawnmower before it comes after me. Oh, come on, you bitch. Back up. There. No huggy bears. Oh shit.
I'm gonna get you.
Woo. They're chasing me all over Hills out Vegas. Oh shit, that's not good. Might not make it. Ooh. Armor up. Guys are coming from everywhere, so now I'm having to skirt, which is a colossal pain in the ass. That's the problem with heroic. The AI is a lot smarter and tries to flank you. There we go. Now we can come back in.
That's the target, Agent.
Okay, let's come up here. put our turret right there where we can reach them, and we're going to fall back a little bit, let our skills do most of the heavy lifting. All we got to do is keep our stacks up. Oh shit, I thought that was my drone. Down. Gotta figure out where that drone pilot is. Oh god! Nope, not gonna make it, not gonna make it! Oh shit. Okay. Can't face tank the purples yet. We don't have quite enough punch. God damn it. Come on. Put the fire out, put the fire out. Whew. See how they're trying to flank me now? Sucks. I need to get rounds on target to keep these stacks up. Otherwise, these guys are going to hurt me pretty bad. Let's try this. That should hurt him a little bit. Did he just heal? That son of a bitch. Oh, that was the drone that I hit. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Moving, moving, moving. Take cover. Turret back up. I'll let my drone. My drone after one of these little assholes, and the turret after the other. Divide and conquer. Oh, god damn it, not another one. Well, got him on fire at least. Yeah, that's one target now. Oh shit, I'm almost out of ammo. Oh, yeah, the ammo crate is inside the fountain area. Let's see if I can get to it. That's not it. There it is. See that? Back up. They won't let me pick you back up. That's fucked up. These guys are systematically pushing me further and further back. position here. There we go, there we go. Let's put you right here. Better position again. From it. He's a crafty little bastard, isn't he? Shit. He's armoring up again. Back up. There we go. He's going down now. Melted. Aha!
Good work. Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
Whew. Alright. Let's shut these down. See what kind of loot we got for our troubles. 3 named enemies. Junk. 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 Get some more ammo just in case we get jumped while we're looking at loot before going back to the White House. Junk. 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 Ooh. Junk. And... oh, we're keeping that. That's a good one. Alright. Let's go back to the White House. Alright. Let's go back to the wall. Come over here. And let's see if we picked up anything that we can rip at the recal station. Nothing. Okay. So, let me break down all of the junk. Alrighty. Receiver component 69. Oh, good. That means we can finish our shade requisition. Bam. Oh, we didn't finish it.
You need anything?
Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. And... Let's see where we are at on the leaderboard here. Oh, I'm in 5th place. Damn it. Alright. Well, that concludes today's episode of the Beginner's Guide to Setting Up a Rounded Build. So, thanks for hanging out. And see y'all in the next one. Cheers.